was just a repeater set wrong. That's it. I've had it. I'm out of here. I've had enough. Yeah. Oh, I'm such a big twisty corridor. You shut up, you what? Hello, and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft server with me, Zedaf, and today, the Twisty Tunnel from last episode is now completely working fine in every way, shape, and form. Check this out, ready? It spins beautifully. It's a little bit slower, but it is so much more reliable now. If we stop it again, if we run down the thing as well, you'll see everything stops. Oh, does it stop? When's it going to stop? Oh, it stopped in the middle as well. That's perfect. Everything goes. Everything works out. There was just one repeater that I misclicked and made it 2 ticks instead of 1, and that threw the whole thing off. This thing's delicate, okay? Very, very delicate. But yeah, it's all working now. And super quickly, I wanted to check out the lag as well. I don't really know what I'm looking at here, but F3 screen when it's not going on, F3 screen when it is going on. Is there lag? I don't know. It looks nice and smooth to me, so I think everything is probably fine. And also, I've got all these hermits on as well. I'm pretty sure one of them would tell me, they'd say, hey, anyone noticing some lag right about now? So yes, we have our brand new tunnel to bring people to our base, and I'm going to head to the base now as well, because today we want to work on something at the lab. Of course, we are going to be adding to the great honking villager tower that is trading from baby to bucks, from bow chicka wow wow to ka-ching or something like that. Everything you could ever want in this tower from trading is what we are trying to aim to. All the way down here, this is the end result, our trading hall test tube thing. And the floor we want to work on today, if I head on up there, which is nearly the final floor. We've got the breeding floor that kind of works, but we want to science it up a little bit. But this floor down here, oh, I went too far. This is the job selector floor. We have unemployed people falling down. I know the feeling. All the way down here, and this is where we want to turn these little unique blobs of clay into jobs that they must do. You can see I've got a bunch of masons here ready for the previous episode's quartz requirements that we needed. We've got a couple more workstations down here as well, but there are so many more, and we want to make sure all the jobs are completely accessible, which is why I have gathered all of the workstations together. We got the butcher, we got the baker, we haven't got a candlestick maker, unfortunately, though that should totally be a thing now candles are in the game. No YouTuber job here either, which means it's not the only place that doesn't accept it as a real job. Insurance companies. But unfortunately, it's not just as easy as that. We can't just plop down a single thing. Boop! Well, we can, and you will get a hat very, very quickly. Look at that. Instant hat. But we actually want to be able to cycle through these trades, right? So every single promotion, kind of every single job type these can get. So they're a farmer, but they'll go through novice, intermediate, all the way up to like an expert seller. Each one unlocks 2 different trades, right? And some of you, like the farmer here, you have all sorts of different trades for each bracket. And this one has way more than 2 available. It has wheat and carrot at the moment, but it can do potatoes. It can like give us bread and all sorts of things. So we want to cycle you through, and the easiest way to do that is to break this. Your hat vanishes instantaneously. We place it again. You're going to get a new hat. Just like so. And then now, look, you have new trades as well. Or, as we learned previously, instead of breaking and placing it, we can just move it real quick. Like so. Can you stop getting in my way, please? If we do this, bye-bye, hat gone, hat back. Look at that. That was much quicker. Brand new trades. Ba-bow. Again. It's perfect. It must just mean that the composter, for a brief second when we hit it, doesn't exist. And I think that's true, because if you look very carefully, watch. Pretty sure you can see infinity. But yet again, there is another problem. Not all of these workbenches are sticky. If we lower these pistons down and pull them up, you'll see only these ones can be moved. These can never be pushed and pulled or anything like that, so we can't use the trick. However, I do have a solution. Let's just completely forget about them until later. That's a future me problem. Solved. So sticking with the movable ones for now, I figured out you could do this, right? This guy here, he has no idea there are workstations there, do you? Even if I tell you, even if you go and sniff them, You don't know, because they're down in the floor, and also if they're up at this height as well, even weirder, I guess, because they're literally at eye level. You can't see them either, but if they're sort of at like waist height, they totally work. So I've got a little simple lever set up here. Which one should we do? Let's do the cauldron. Boom. That goes straight up, and bam, immediately cauldronized. And then we can put that one down, and the job gets missed. We can do the cartographer table up. Bam! Monocled! Very, very nice. Very, very simple as well. If we look at the redstone, don't you come down in the redstone. Down here, we just have a lamp, observer, block, and then a sticky piston going up and down, and that lets us go and do all the fun stuff like that. However, this has got some problems, you know, because if I have this one up and you get monocled, like so, and then we have this one up, we got to go and, like, turn this one off again. And, see how terrible it is? It's absolutely terrible. We can make this better. We can buttonize the whole... I saw you. I saw that. We can buttonize it. That kind of ruined my point. But, mo buttons, mo problems. Right, this one, look. It goes up, great, but then it has like a double pulse again because this lasts so long that the light goes on and it sees it, and then the light goes off and it sees it as well. Whereas a lever was just like one on and then one off again. So this thing is no good because the thing doesn't actually stay up. But we can do something like this. We can add a little monostable falling edge circuit thing or something, right? So this thing is, there's actually a little piston right under here like that. And you will see in a moment when I press the button, it is going to go up. Boom, and it sends through on the first tick through pulse. This goes up when this block goes up. What am I saying? But when it goes back down again, it doesn't get a second tick. So even though this triggers twice, this only actually triggers once, which is great because then it leaves it up there. And then whenever we want to put it back down again, we press it. But this is still no good because that means if we had a whole strip of buttons here and we get the map one out, for instance, then when we put another one, the map's going to still be up. We need some kind of manual reset that resets all of them first and then also puts up the one you want. So we can change this around slightly. If we just move this block and put it as an observer instead. Now, instead of this going off on the first one and not on the second one, watch what happens. Nothing on the first one, something on the second one, which is great because it gives us time to send a separate pulse from all of these buttons down and underneath, wrapped all the way around to give these pistons a longer pulse so that they pull everything back first. But that might be easier said than done. I made a huge, huge mistake with this tower, and I could not be happier. It's turned out incredible. I love it when that happens. Bad mistakes equal good things. You can see these other floors, I purposely left a one-block air gap in between the two floors, the floor of that one and the ceiling of that one for redstone. Whereas this one, however, I've kind of got that up here, but then I also have like another one here. I've got like double gap. So what I'm able to do is actually go around and get rid of all of this whole middle bit here, and have a 3-wide gap instead of a 1-wide gap. We get rid of this whole floor and lower it a little bit. It gives us more room for all the redstone. It's perfect, and that is exactly what we need for the redstone. Oh, I love my stupidity sometimes. So, using our newfound space, I have designed, boop, and it waits a bit, and then it goes up, and boop, it waits a bit, and then it goes back down again. Just the lamp. With the button being powered, this is observing the lamp, this is observing that, but this is also powering the pistons, so this thing does the thing where it only powers when it drops down again, and then we're just sending that straight into a piston. But that little pause, boom, now, that pause that we've got before then, we need to trigger all of these pistons at the same time, pa-cha, so that they pull everything back, or I guess they would push everything up and pull everything back, so anything remaining over here, for instance, gets pulled back with everything. So I've got this little bit of space back here with the target blocks. If I can if I can get some redstone in there like that, you know what, this is going to require crawling mode. Yep, we need to get right back here in this tight little space. I'm hoping we don't encroach on the redstone here for the wall. Right above we are, these are the two crying eyes that wash away all the water. This shouldn't affect it if the redstone is right above there like that. But yeah, we basically want to hook up this button to this line so that in that pause, everything gets triggered. I think that's possible. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it totally is. And I've made it even more compact as well. Look at this tiny little thing. So yeah, it does the same thing. We managed to get rid of an observer here. We're pulling out the back here. So when this comes down, obviously we're triggering this block. So we get a very quick 1-tick pulse here, which we're going to bring around the back. I'm imagining doing these as like copies of layers all the way along, so I've tried to make room for all of those. But all we have to do is go into a little monostable circuit without an observer on top, into a 2-tick, into the back. So as an example here, you'll see we want to raise this one up and choose this. I choose you now, sawmill blade thing, as my job picker, but these two are still up. So we want to reset them first. That's what this line does here. And then on the little drop down of the observer, we stick this one up. So ready? Boom. Everything gets refreshed. And then that one goes. So if we copy this design all the way along, like so, just literally repeat it. I think I've made this bit so that no interference happens. Hey now, it should all be good. So we press C over here, and you become a farmer. Thank you very much. You press C over here, and you become a witch. I forget. You press C over here, and you get Robin Hood. You can see it resets no matter which one we press. They all do a nice little reset before putting the final one up, which is great. But there's another thing that we're missing. Oh my goodness me. Hello. The thing we're missing here is a full reset line, because there's going to be other ones that we have over there that didn't get pistonicated, and we need to be able to still choose those. Thus, we want all of them to be down, so none of them get chosen, which means we need to hack in to our reset line over here, which I think we can do with something a little bit like that. And then whenever we push this button, anything that was previously up is now down. So you, sir, currently a farmer, I'm about to fire you from your job. You're fired, your hat's gone. Goodbye. Over here now, how do you want to be? A loomer? Maybe you want to loom around. You do. Oh, a new hat, different one. No, now you're going to be a witch again. Please be a witch and get a witch hat. You gonna see it? Don't look at me. Oh, no hat for this one. Okay, and then reset. You're fired again. Nothing for you, sir. Nothing. But now, unfortunately, we have to go and check out these mean ones over here. The ones that do not push and pull, do they? Maybe there was a weird update. No such luck. No. Past me, left me this problem. That guy is so mean. Though, to be fair, he's actually a lot better than future me. That guy sucks. Hey. So I've been doing a little bit of testing to see if we can break the line of sight between the job and the jobbee, right? But no such luck. If we get one of the crafting benches out, if we get the archery one out here, you'll become an archer, which is great. But then if we completely block off the archery, excuse me, like so, you're still connected to it, even though you can't see it. And even if we put down another job, boom, like so, you see that one? You're climbing on it, so you really see it, but no, he won't switch jobs. It does happen eventually, but it takes quite some time to go, and we need this thing to be like, bam, check the jobs, no, bam, check the jobs, no, and we need it that fast, so this isn't going to work. However, when you move it, it's the same as breaking it, right? Like we worked out in the beginning. There we go. So we reset them all behind there, even though we couldn't see it, and he reset. We place it, boom, we break, instant gone, we place. Get purple. He's back again being all purple colliery. So all we need is a system where we can maybe have like some of these in our offhand so that we can just right click place, break, and or I guess like this with the pickaxe. We place, check him, break it. But like that. And I guess to have it be picked up, we probably need a hopper. We'll need a dropper. We'll need to do a teeny little bit of redstone. But then you, sir, will be able to be all the jobs you could ever want. You could be the president if you like. Yeah, that got your attention. Now, if this redstone scared you, you've not got to worry because this one is slightly easier. It's literally, like, barely anything at all. We got stuff falling down into these hoppers here, going straight into an upwards-facing dropper. And all we're doing is we're checking when an item flows through this middle hopper here. We're pulling a pulse out with a comparator. We're delaying it a little bit just so that it's got time to move from there into here. And then we are popping it straight back out. So if we hopped up the top here like so, block that in, you'll see this is the hopper. The dropper is down underneath us there. If we grab one of these, let's put them in our offhand straight away, like so. Where are you? Look, boom, there's a job there for you. All we got to do is place it, and you'll come over, boop, you'll get the job. We break this, it immediately gets picked up and spat back out again, so we can just stay here. And because we got more than one in our offhand, boop, boop, I can place them, boop, boop, like so. You can see how quick it is. I think I could technically just have 2 instead of the 3, but 3 works just in case I do it too quickly. this is working real nice. We've also got this here as well, so that you don't come and stand right here where I want to place a block either, because that would be typical you. I know what you like. So that's very nice. So that works great. And we have these 6 things that we need to do it for. So why don't we make 1, 2, 3 of those there, 1, 2, 3 of them there, and then we have little job centers for every single one. I might even have it so that we can come and press a pressure plate. That's hard to say. And then the item pops straight out, the one we need as well. Maybe even actually above here. Do you see this? Do you see that up there? I hope not, because if so, that means we can indicate exactly which station does what. No, you don't see it. You're so stupid. You better not become an optician as a job. 6 of them now in place and looking a little bit better, if I do say so myself. I just nearly punched you in the face, and it would have been your fault. I did have to remove the top ones up here because we actually do need an inventory to store them in. We can't store them in the dispenser down below, unfortunately. So this one obviously has got 2 more in there. We do this, boom, offhand, and then we can just start going exactly what we need to do. Boop, like so, and then when we're done, we can just place them there. Fantastic. No, we can put them back in the thing. We've got to get them out offhand first, like so. But I do need to know what these things are, as well as we'll be labeling all of these as well with a named item. Because, like, this one's easy, right? I know this is a librarian. It's nice and easy. But this one, the barrel, what is that? Is their job as a barrel? A container? I forget. I don't know. So this one's a cleric, so we can just grab this. Haha. Excellent. Rename. Boom. And go cleric. Boop. And then when we put this back up here, we get a nice little label. Ta-da! There's the room basically done. We still need a little bit more decoration, but functionality-wise, it works. We know this is a shepherd. Hey, you want to be a shepherd? Get this. Get a sheep. Boom. Insta shepherd. I love how free range this whole room is. Obviously, they'll just drop down here, and then they can just kind of go anywhere they need to. Let's try. Let's refresh. And let's go. Let's be an armorer. Why not? Boom. And boom. There you go. Instant armorer with your little Batman mask on. That's totally good. No. No more of that. Thank you very much. We break it. We get rid of it. And we pop it back. How about you be a cauldron? A leather worker. Right. Yep. Be a cauldron. Get stuff put in you. You're all the way across the room. This is a good test. But look at you running. Oh, you should be an athlete. Not a leather worker. Boom, an instant apron on as well. Perfect. Last but least, we need to get you, once you have your job, down to the zombie floor, which I believe is... Where is it, actually? That's a good point. Oh, I think it might be down this bit. It might be in the wall. Please don't escape. We just break our way down through here. This could be very wrong. No. It's perfectly right. Bam! They would come and fall down and land here. So we're going to have to extend the building out a little bit, a little kind of nubbin on the side, but I think it's worth it to get them to fall into the right place. As nubbins go, that's actually not too bad at all, but we do need to put something there to lure you over, so I'm hoping this bed kind of works. You immediately saw the bed and you're headed straight over. Is it going to kind of stop you from getting a job, though? I don't want the bed to stop you from getting a job. I've had that problem in my life when I was a bit younger. You're very dedicated to that bed, aren't you? Well, the night is just being slept by Ren. Thank you, Ren. And I guess in the day you're more worried about your job. Okay, and then at night you're more worried about the bed. Well, that should be fine because this will bring you right over to the bed spot. And then when you just stood there being weird, we can open that up, drop you all the way down, ready to be zombified. And all these little drops as well, like the one down here, people were saying, why don't you add a little bit of water or something, or some hay bale here just to stop them taking damage. Remember, the next step below this floor is going to be zombification, where a zombie needs to actively hit you with a big sword, slash, and hurt you and kill you. So we kind of want you to have as little health as possible to just help the zombie out, you know? So job floor completed. Let's take the express route down. Oh, we have to be real quick. Like so, I want to show you a few things. We have Mike down here did an even better time, right? This was his high score, 4 stacks and 51. He has done it in 3 stacks and 26. Oh my goodness me. 3 stacks and 26 like that. Look at all this free sand I'm getting. Mike, where are you, my buddy? You're doing a very, very good job there, my friend. And then secondly, we need to go down to the chamber and just tidy it up a little bit, because after B-dubs last time, it left it in quite a mess. Oh my goodness. It's funnier every time I look at it. This is a real mess. Let's get this cleaned up in time-lapse form. And there it is, all shiny and new and ready for a brand new hermit to come in and get their brain absolutely dissected. I wonder who it will be. But until the next episode, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, a massive, massive thank you to my wonderful, glorious patrons whose names are all over the screen right now. Thank each and every one of you for making this episode possible. Love you all. Until next time, a bye.